welcome Gemini to your Astro Dice reading for July. Hope you guys are doing great out there. Okay, let's get straight into this. For those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot, make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses, and that house is what we're going to focus on the most for the reading. Best house, please, for Gemini. What do they need to know? Okay. Cancer, Saturn, in the 11th house. Woohoo! Okay. Loving the 11th house over here. Saturn energy. Okay. The part of you accepts the challenge to gain the wisdom of the 11th house. Wow. Structure, boundaries, focusing on your emotional attachments over here with this Cancer energy. Energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, loving. It can contain or concern family and mother or child. But it also is about that home base, that chosen family, and that Cancerian energy. Okay, the 11th house, where your cosmos grant wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. I'm just feeling over here, guys, that it's something that has to do with challenging you to gain the wisdom when it comes to pruning your friendships and building more serious emotional community connections. But I think it feels, because of the Saturn, it's more secure. There's a security that's coming through this situation. Getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place at the beginning of the month, middle of the month, end of the month. Challenge to gain the wisdom. Seven of Wands, beginning of the month. Three of Pentacles. There's that community. There's that building and that structure. Three of Pentacles. Capricornian energy. Saturn is Capricorn. And there it is. Wheel of Fortune. There's that luck. The Wheel of Fortune going into your luck. It's luck opening. Excuse me, guys. With the Seven of Wands, you're fiercely defending your position or your boundaries while you're trying to collaborate or work within some kind of group. Three of Pentacles. But then this like sudden fated shift of luck and dynamics completely changes the direction of where the teamwork is going. This is interesting. It's like the 11th house is instantly giving you this luck, instantly showing up. It's like you're working hard to build this solid structure with others, but you haven't had a chance to push back the outer pressures to protect your emotional peace. It's like as soon, it's so crazy. It's like as soon as you start protecting yourself and start defending your place and your position at the very beginning of the month, all of a sudden it shifts. And it says, wait, you don't have to do that. Because all of a sudden everybody wants to work with you. It's, oh my gosh, it feels like an energy. That Seven of Wands feels like an energy from the end of June's energy, where you were protecting yourself. You put on this like guard, you made this like drew this line in the sand type of scenario, and you're like, okay, but you're trying to bring that energy with you into the beginning of July, and then all of a sudden it pushes back on you and says, no, you don't have to do that anymore. Okay, so this feels like a past energy you're bringing with you, and then you realize you don't need that. You only needed that for so long. You can put your guard down. It almost feels like everybody knew you had your guard up. And they were like, okay, so Gemini has their guard up. And then the universe is like, no, we don't need that. But I feel like others knew it too. Because you definitely drew that line in the sand. Mid-month. How interesting. Take what resonates, what doesn't resonate, throw away. But that's exactly what it feels like. The Fool. Yeah, because there's a new beginning coming out of that Wheel of Fortune. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, where you're feeling the peace coming back around. It becomes more peaceful. Page of Pentacles. Yeah. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. If this is spontaneous, it's because it's happening. Everything in the 11th house is happening so fast. I feel like the challenge to gain the wisdom is the challenge that I didn't have to stand ground that long and keep my guard up so long. Everything's going to work for me. Because all of a sudden you're stepping immediately into this. And then you have this solid message coming in from this Page of Pentacles. It's like this is the seed of practicality, opportunity. They're like, all of a sudden, as soon as you let that guard down, you're realizing, I don't need to be this guarded. Something's changing for me. And then this message of opportunity is coming through. It is solid. It's solid as a rock. I feel like the challenge to gain the wisdom was you just felt like people were not on your side or playing games or something. You need to guard your energy. And now they're becoming more practical. Things are becoming more practical for you. This fated shift from the beginning of the month has changed the whole dynamics of the 11th house. It's like work starts manifesting as this solid, secure path where you finally invest your own future goals rather than relying on a crowd. And that's where the challenge of the wisdom is. Three of Pentacles had everything to do with that, though, as well. End of the month, please. Lovers, Queen of Swords in reverse, Page of Wands. So you have a significant alignment that's taking center stage over here at the very end of the month. It's almost like to make it work, you're going to have to make sure that the challenge to gain the wisdom once again in this area is to make sure you don't have any bitterness or be overcritical. That is your card. To make sure that you aren't overly critical. Don't become defensive again. Just keep looking out. Or stay away from those who are overly critical. Don't let them, make you have to put up a defense again. It's almost like saying, just embrace this fresh, enthusiastic spark of curiosity and playful news that you have going on. Don't let somebody else get you back into that place where you started, even because it feels like they may be starting that up again, but the wheel is in your favor, so you don't have to worry about that person. Don't worry about what others are doing. You're aligned for what it is you're supposed to be doing. It's almost like they're trying their hardest at the end of the month to try to get you to get your guard back up. But you already realize that you're the 9 of Pentacles. You don't have to do that, right? So the lesson wraps up as you're like choosing your true soul tribe and partnerships carefully. right? It's almost like you're learning that building this secure long-term connection requires more vulnerability, warmer communication rather than cold walls. But there's someone around you that makes you feel that way. Three of Pentacles. You have one that's turning in your favor, offering you this stable, reliable commitment to the situation, wanting to build, wanting to get things done. And then you have someone over here who keeps pushing all your buttons. I'm sorry, that's exactly what it feels like. Because if you have to keep feeling like you're defending your boundaries, even during this fated shift, then that means somebody around you is really just trying their hardest to drag you down, get you back into that place. Especially when you're already feeling aligned, you're already feeling really good, you already know where you're going. Yeah, I feel like somebody is trying to tip the scales over here with you. They've been trying to do that. But now, and it's almost like now that they know, you know what's really crazy, Gemini? It's almost like now that they know that you're doing really well, like even better, and that you have this good fortune, you feel really good. It's like they don't want you to feel good. They see that you have this creative spark. They see this. I feel like there's three people in this situation. You have one that you feel like you always have to guard yourself, but then good luck, you know, comes around and kind of shifts that person out of your life, and you're just like, yes. But then you have this other person who comes in with this good news and makes you feel real good and everything's really good, and then all of a sudden they want to come back because you feel good, and they're like, oh, Gemini's doing good, let's say some stupid shit and make them, you know, take their stance against me again. Wait, you're gonna have to draw that line in the sand again? Instead, it's kind of like saying, no, just keep going where you're supposed to go with this Page of Wands. This Page of Wands is where your happiness is. Don't let somebody ruin your happiness just because they feel unhappy. That's what I'm getting out of it. Take what resonates, what doesn't resonate. It doesn't matter if it's at work or within a love situation. They just know that you're feeling really good. Okay. Family dynamic, wherever it is. Because you're building with someone else. I don't think they like that you're building with someone else. You have to remember, the beginning of the month, we're also in Mercury Retrograde. I feel like it could be an ex or somebody who's trying to come back, trying to say something, but they know that you're trying your hardest to build with something, with someone else, or building somewhere else. Or just building up yourself. And just being in love with yourself. That's a single card. However it is. Okay? But they don't like it. And at the end of the month, they're going to try to weigh that back down on you again. Spirit just says, you don't have to put up boundaries like that. Just ignore them. Stay within your happy place. Don't let somebody push you back down. There's no reason to go back to where you were before. They should already know better. Setting boundaries, yeah. You can always... But you know what? You never got rid of the boundaries. You just got rid of being overly guarded. There's a difference. They already know the boundaries. They're just trying to over-push everything. Yeah. You dropped your defense, so it's almost like they're trying to get you in that defensive mode again. That's just crazy. Okay, guys, until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.